you are not really going to ever see a less filled parking lot here at Kings Island. Even those lanes that look like they're longer, look at how many empty spots there are. I mean, I am just so excited to get in here. I'll tell you guys about today in a second. What is going on, guys? My name is Will, but you can call me Tate, and today is one of my favorite days of the entire Kings Island calendar operating season. In fact, if you go on their website, I'm trying to block that sun, sorry, it'll tell you that they are closed, and that is because they are closed to the public. Today is a private event. Now, for those of you who don't know, Procter & Gamble is basically a company that is the reason Cincinnati is as prosperous of a city as it is today. You guys probably use a bunch of their products every single day without knowing it. And essentially, they have bought out the park as they do every year for 2 days. It's the weekend right before Haunt, so while Kings Island would normally be closed for preparations for Haunt, Procter & Gamble buys out the park, and only employees and their family and friends are able to get into the park. Now, I went to the University of Cincinnati for my engineering degree, and through that, I've met numerous friends and friends who have family who work at Procter & Gamble. So I have access to the tickets to today, and it is just so empty. We're gonna go in. Park is open through 10 p.m. It's about 6, so let's go get some great rides. So just how empty is the park on this day? Well, that is, well, the sun is glaring right now. Sorry for that in the first shot, but that is 23, which is the closest parking lane, I guess. And I am the first car in that lane, so let's go in. So I've got my ticket in hand. How I plan on spending these 4 hours is doing basically the rides that normally get lines when I'm here, and of course the rides that we don't know how much longer have at Kings Island. So we're gonna do all of those rides because they should all be walk-on. And yeah, just a great day to do those types of rides that normally get lines with families. So there it is, in case you didn't believe me, there is a tent over there. The person who gave me these tickets has requested I get them the goodie bags that they give out at that tent. And here I'm gonna zoom in. But we've got the ticket. Of course, this in Vertigo is one of the rides that we don't know how long it's got here, and I have actually not done it yet this year. So what a perfect day to do it then when we know it's gonna be walk-on. So as I mentioned, this is right before Haunt starts. And you can see the entrance has already sort of been transformed. They are in the middle of putting up all the decorations. And yeah, this would not normally be here except for right by Haunt. And with that, we are officially in Kings Island while it's closed. You see Oriole B tents, and I see some inflatables back there that we'll take a look at later. They do have, upside down, they have this special pin for today. So let's head over to Action Dome and do a couple rides over here. So as you can see, like I was saying, they are in the middle of setting up for Haunt. Haunt starts next weekend, so they should be pretty much wrapping up with this process. There's Drop Zone in the background. I do really quickly just want to say I'm sorry about my voice. I am recovering from a sore throat, but today's just gonna be so much fun. I'm gonna push through it. So coming into Action Zone, you can see this whole building right here is new. We've got a tent right next to Chicken Shack. One of the things that sucks is I cannot use my meal plan and drink plan today as I see so many empty seats on Banshee just because I did not use my season pass to get in. So that's the only unfortunate thing about today. So in Vertigo, it's gonna be the first ride we're doing. And you know, this actually is the most intense ride at Kings Island. I find Banshee to have longer, I guess, a length of time where you're getting positive G's, but this ride is so intense. And I'm gonna show you which row to sit in to get the least amount of head banging. It's not those seats that you see right there. It is actually the opposite side of the train. So I will go in and show you what row that is, but yeah. I have not done this year. It's actually been closed. It was closed for a long amount of time at the start of the year. So let's get our yearly ride on in Vertigo. I remember waiting on this and all of this my first time ever. If I would have known, this was before I was an enthusiast, so I didn't know it was a one train ride, but yeah, I don't think I ever would have waited in this for that. It's probably like a 2-hour wait. But today there is no line, so of course we're gonna take advantage of that. I think last year actually I did in Vertigo on P&G Day as well. So this is, I think, maybe my 4th P&G Day, 3rd or 4th. It's actually when this picture was taken, when I got a Zen ride on the back. And yeah, just so cool to have been able to come to this park on a closed day for so many years. So the row I'm gonna show you, you'll actually be facing the front on this second part of the ride. And basically the whole second half of this ride is crazy intense because you fly through those elements. So you're in the very back on that part and you get pulled through, you know, like being normal back row ride experience. But in the front, you fly through these elements. I mean, it is just so intense. and I can't wait to do it again. So it is row number 14. 14 is the row that is the best ride on this. Showing its age, I'm just gonna zoom in. Definitely showing its age. So I actually did one row back from what I told you guys, which was row 13. And basically what that did is face me backwards towards the second part of the ride that I told you guys was so intense. And that was crazy. I had blood in my feet at every single valley, going forwards and backwards. It's definitely an intense ride. Did definitely have some head banging though, but if you're prepared for it, it's not as bad. But I feel that a little bit. I'm not as seasoned as I used to be. I feel a little woozy from that. So I'm gonna walk to our next ride, and hopefully that head banging and those inversions that are really fast. It's crazy how this ride runs through those inversions if you're in the front for either half of the ride. So if you're on the ends of the train, you'll get that for at least one portion of it. But like I said, the seat, I've sat in that seat that they are in, that seat that's the furthest closest to us right now, and that is the roughest ride I had on this. So I normally sit towards the back. So yeah, that's my tips for a good ride on Invertigo. And I'm gonna zoom in. Some of the paint is fading, and you know, that's how we knew Firehawk was about to go, because we could tell some of the paint was fading. I have no clue if my camera actually got that, so I'm gonna get closer. I promise it's a lot more apparent in real life. I'm gonna talk so that there's no copyright. But it's such an empty part of the park. Let's walk over towards the bat. This is my first time in a while in the Banshee area, and yeah, you can really tell this thing needs a repaint. It's not too bad, but they just did Diamondback, so maybe Banshee will be soon. I mean, I don't mind the look of faded colors, but you can definitely tell it's faded. I've seen this on Instagram. I'm gonna zoom in. Apparently this is some of the old parts of Son of Beast. You can see what looks like some lap bars and some wheels. So we'll get another look when we come out on the exit. All right, so not too long ago, I was in Chicago for work, and you probably saw my Six Flags Great America vlog. And yeah, I compared the line for American Eagle to this ride, and yeah, they're definitely both long. So of course, just like last time I was here, on a day where the park is empty, we're gonna show love to this Aero suspended coaster, and just such a good ride. I'm gonna try to do the front and the back because I don't remember which one I like better, but while we have the chance, we might as well find out. One thing I did want to quickly say, this might be my last vlog on my iPhone. This is my iPhone 11. I've been vlogging with this thing forever. I plan on getting the 16 when it comes out, so we'll see if there's a big quality jump. We're walking into a completely empty station, so definitely gonna take the front here. This is why, if I have a chance, you're not gonna catch me missing P&G Day. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. You guys know I love my nerd shots by now. So the reason I wanted to try it in the front, I know the back I enjoy more for that drop, but the back is that you can feel its age, and I still felt that in the front, so I'm not sure what's going on. Anyways, it's nothing that's like bad or makes the ride unbearable. It's just not perfectly smooth. Still such a great family ride. And on the front, I mean, it feels like you're flying through those turns, and that helix back towards Banshee, still very intense. All right, so I'm now to compare that front row ride to what is my favorite seat. Second from the back, because as you can see, you get more leg room. So that was the back on the bat that I just did, and you know, I think I like the front now just because, you know, I've more and more lately I love the wind in your face kind of guy, especially because it adds to the speed on so many coasters, the bat included. But yeah, you can feel its age. I still hope it sticks around for many more years, but it's a great ride. Also in need of a repaint. Yeah, I think Invertigo and the bat are worse than Banshee just being a little faded. So here's a close-up of those Son of Beast things I shot earlier, and yeah, you can see the station is now decorated for hunt. I think would be really cool is a ground up coaster over here to sort of bring life back over to the bat, and you know, even tell people that the bat's over here, because it's crazy how many people don't even know that it's there. But you know, if the ride's only got 5 years, why do a whole new area to bring attention to it, I guess. All right, so finally exiting the bat area. I think we're gonna walk over and do our other aero coaster here. The empty seats are on this train. I mean, truly unbelievable. What amazes me is that yes, the lines are very short as we enter Adventure Port, but it's not like the park is completely empty and the pathways are empty. It just shows you how big of a company P&G is, and the fact that it was founded in Cincinnati, you know, this is a very special thing to them. It is such a big company. But let's head over to Adventure Express. I almost just walked into the Soul Spin line, which is, the entrance is right there, right next to Adventure Express. So if I almost did it, I know a lot of people have almost done it, but let's ride the other aero. I think I'm gonna try to do this in the front. I have not done this ride this year, just because with it being a family ride, you know, this is one of the rides that those families love to do and take up the line. Again, completely nobody in front of me. If you're a coaster enthusiast by Cincinnati and you thought of working at P&G, I'm sure this is a huge perk. Well, let's try 14, just so we don't have to wait for the front. So that was the back row of Adventure Express, or second to back, and wasn't rough at all. Maybe a little jerky because it's an older coaster, but definitely not rough. Definitely an enjoyable family coaster. One thing I noticed is that in that last lift off, all of the guys who, you know, do that, they were doing it faster than normal. So I guess I've never seen it when it's fully functional, because they were all going faster and they were all working, which is good to see. So like I was saying earlier, this is the Soul Spin entrance and this is the Adventure Express entrance. So a little confusing, I guess. So it's just now hit 7 o'clock. My ultimate goal, of course, is to get maybe a couple night rides on the Beast with as short of a line as it's gonna have. But everything we just did took 1 hour, which is kind of amazing. A little bit less than an hour, actually. Next, let's do the racer. I don't know if you guys saw my video where I talked about the fact that now the lap bar restraints do not have to go as far down on the PTC Woody coasters here at Kings Island. I've done the blue side, but I think I'm gonna try the red side out. One thing that is really good to see is that the rides are still all on full capacity. Even both sides of the racer are running, which I would have expected only one to run with how dead it is tonight, but just amazing. I don't know if that's in the contract that P&G signs or if that's just Cedar Fair being good Cedar Fair. So we've got one family waiting in the back in this entire station that fits 2 trains. That's kind of amazing. Alright, so that was front row on the red side. I think I might go try and do front on the blue, just to compare the two, because I've always heard that blue's smoother, but that is the most even they've ever run. We didn't have a lot of weight on our side, and we were still close, so normally blue always wins. I just wanted to reiterate what I just said. I have a whole video about this on the channel, but basically the racer, both sides, and the Beast now only require 1 click. I did a whole video about this if you guys want to see more. So if you're bigger like me, then you're either going to get more space now if you could barely get 2 clicks, or if you were too big and you only got 1 click but couldn't get the second one, you're now able to ride. So love that the park did this. And that was the front row on the blue side. I noticed there was a couple of rough spots towards the start of the ride, not start, I mean after the first drop on the blue side, but I would say they both run about the same smoothness. And I don't know what happened that time, but we killed the red train. So definitely not gonna lose, not gonna end on a loss when I can go do it again. So one of the things I wanted to do tonight is go up and shoot an aerial footage from tonight, just cause, you know, there's not a line for the Eiffel Tower, so it'd be a great night to do it. We'll see if we end up having time, but it is getting a little dark, and you know, aerial shots, while it would be cool for sunset, there's some other stuff I want to do, and yeah, I just want to get one more shot, because who knows, we might see stuff start popping off in either the Vortex spot of land or the old Son of Beast spot of land next year. Quick though, I wanted to showcase some of the inflatables I promised earlier. You see we've got Dawn Dish Soap, the Charmin Bear over there, and some more here in the back. So we've got the Pepto-Bismol bottle, which I think is hilarious. We've got Cascade, as you can see over there. Oral Beach, sorry, tried to get a good zoom on. Here's your Cascade thing, and like I said, oh, there's Bounty all the way over there. So you guys probably use hundreds of P&G products. You just never knew they were all owned by the same corporation that is founded here in Cincinnati. So you can see from the counterweight that the Eiffel Tower is on slow mode, which actually really sucks. And because of that, even on P&G Day, it's resulted in a line. So actually, guess we're not gonna do that tonight. I don't know if I've been over to this area for a while to showcase that Tom and Chi has taken over Chick-fil-A, and everybody says it's so good. I've never tried it. But of course, we've got Fisher Homes still in advertisement here because we all come to amusement parks to buy our next house. So you can see the moon popping out and the sun is starting to go down. Good thing about this time of year is that the sun sets before, so really hoping for some good night rides on Beast. Now you might be wondering, why am I not doing Diamondback and Orion? It's because for those of you who haven't watched me in a while, I'm on my own personal weight loss journey. We're making great progress, but just not able to do those right now. Otherwise I probably would have done Orion 10 times by now. But yeah, let's head to the Beast. It's also good to show some of the rides that I haven't done in forever and haven't done as much as the big rides. So I forgot to say when I got on Racer, but I definitely prefer both sides of Racer now, which makes Mystic Timbers my 7th favorite ride in this park. Racer just got more airtime to me. So not that Mystic isn't great, but I just will never understand how people say it's better than this 200-foot Hyper or that 300-foot Giga over there. That was a cool crossover. Well, that is unfortunate. The Beast is closed. I heard it's been closed for a while, so really hoping they can get this open for some fun night rides with no lines. Well, the final ride I wanted to do other than the Beast is over here, and it's Stunt Coaster. Now, because this is such a great family attraction, it normally always has at least a little bit of a line, so today I can get my one ride of the year. Our version still has the fire. So even on the deadest of days, this bridge will still be full and the line will start spilling out this way, but not even a bridge line.
Okay, stunt team, listen up. As with any driving stunt, safety first. So stay seated. Keep your head against the headrest and your hands.
So that was Stunt Coaster in the front. Such a good family ride. I definitely still prefer that to Flight of Fear, excuse me. One thing that just happened is apparently there's a 7-click minimum. So I more than got that, but they said, hey, it's close, so we're gonna upbar you, and then we're gonna slowly count the clicks to make sure it got 7, just to make sure you're locked. We easily got 7 clicks, but I've never heard of that policy, but hey, still fit easily, so good reliability there. So my first ever P&G day, I actually rode Vortex in the front in pitch darkness, and that was a great night ride. I'll never forget that. But why I'm over here is you can see the Beast from here, and it doesn't look like a whole lot of action. Looks like the trains are on the track, and that, you know, if they fix what the problem is, they'll just have to do testing. But the problem is, you know, the train was already probably going to be really light, but now with it having not run, it's probably going to run really slow. But hey, as long as they get it open for night rides, I will be happy. So I'm going to hang out, and there's area over here. You can see the park already starting to come alive at night. It's been so long since I've been here at night, but I'm going to zoom in, see if we can see anything. Yeah, so who knows? There is staff in the station. I've never seen anybody get 13 on one of those. That's kind of crazy. Wow.
That's better.
And we have action. It is a test train. There is action. I really hope this next iPhone is better at nighttime shots. I love being at this park at night. There's another test train. I think they're basically sending it as quickly as they can.
Lily, I'm gonna close your door. I can't see the box.
It's gonna talk, so hopefully I don't get a copyright, even though it's not the actual song.
I was struggling to have to use the scanner light.
So that first train hasn't come back, and I haven't seen the second one go over the lift. So I would assume they're block checking. I've actually never seen the Beast do that, but I'm gonna wait till they send that third train, and then I'm gonna head back over towards the entrance. I'm sure there's more testing, but it doesn't hurt to head back over that way. As you can see, it has definitely gotten darker. So, you know, probably get a couple of Beast rides, maybe one before it's pitch black. So my favorite night ride in the park is still Orion, and I really look forward to hopefully next season being back at a really good weight and being able to get back on this thing. The only ride I've ever ridden 50 times in one season. And yeah, after you pass that strip, you just plunge into pure darkness. There are some parts of the track that are lit up, but I mean, I just love the night ride, the speed in your face with how dark it is. Still waiting. I think I saw them do a lift climb. So I'm not sure why they did a lift climb, but I definitely saw some things up there. And yeah, it's getting darker and darker, so as long as it opens, we'll be all right. Sorry if that light blinded you. So I've just decided to camp out here. Nothing has happened. I don't know what's going on over there, but like I said, hopefully they get it open. If I can get a night ride tonight, then I will have done everything I wanted to. And we still have an hour and about 15 minutes. Really hoping to get in before they close the ride for fireworks, so that's the main goal. So it's hard to see. I don't know if it'll come out if I zoom in, but they're checking restraints. I think I caught it just too late, but they're checking the restraints on that train, so I think they are about ready to get going again. There's some more movement. Goodness, this nighttime camera is awful. I know you couldn't really see it, but that is the second train, so it was a block check, and that train just went over the top of the lift hill. And now here comes the third train. So that's the third train, so if they start shooting them out rapid fire, I'm gonna walk back over. Well, they are checking restraints, so let's head over. Thank you, Stunt Coaster Fire, for that light. So there is people heading over here, but I'm not sure if they know the ride's testing or not, or if they're still turning around and leaving, so we're gonna go up here and wait. Thanks for talking to me. Thank you. So we are gonna be the first person back on the Beast. There's nobody behind me, empty queue. Wow. So this season, this entire queue has been full multiple times when the park isn't even busy, which is kind of crazy to me. I guess everybody's talking about how much smoother it is now, but we are the first in the queue. And I am excited for this. As you can see, it's pitch black out. So let's do this. Forever since I've done a night ride, so I'm so excited. That is just so good. I mean, so insanely good. Sorry, I'm trying to get somewhere where there's light behind me. I mean, I think part of it is that when you go in the tunnels, you can barely see. So when you go in the tunnels, it's pitch black, and then when you come out, it tricks your eyes and you can still sort of barely see. And I mean, it's amazing. All right, like I was saying, it's an amazing night right now that we've got light. I mean, and here's the other thing. People come, you know, oh, I just want to do it at night, and they get the night ride and it's great. Do it in the front. It will make you tear up at both halves. You're just flying through the forest. I think it's a night front row ride. Trust me, if you have time, definitely wait. I'm gonna go around and hopefully get it at least 2 more times in the front. Sign now. It tells you when it closes. Still no line. I think there are people waiting for the front though, but it's okay. I've got 40 minutes before that sign says it'll close. So that's more than doable for 2 more front row night rides. 2 train wait for the front. Got less than 1 train wait. I mean, amazing. And that was a second front row night ride. It's 9:20, gonna run around and do 1 more time, and then I'll probably go do 1 more night ride on a different ride, but you are normally not able to get 3 night rides on the Beast and just walk on. I mean, feel sorry for everybody who hasn't ever been able to get a night ride on Beast. It is worth waiting, but it's sort of hard to time during the summer because you want to come right where it doesn't shut for fireworks. Or if you do wait for fireworks, you're basically the last in the line. You don't get to pick a row. My advice is I would come at like 9:15, depending on the line. Trust me, just do whatever you can to do it in the front. So even on P&G day, the word is out there. The Beast is such a good night ride. So hopefully the front row line is not too long. We've got about 15 minutes till the ride closes for fireworks. So definitely want to do it one more time and then get out for that. More thing, that first ride, it was me on the train and like 2 other people. With that full train, I already felt it speed up. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Nothing. Walking right up. So they just made the announcement. They're holding the queue. One more train after what I will get. So we made it just in time. All right, so after my 3rd ride, they just said that the ride is not gonna open after fireworks, which is kind of weird. And I will also tell you guys something. They closed the ride at 9:35. The line says 20 minutes. They didn't even keep it open to 9:40. They closed it at 9:35. So I don't know if they're done for the night. Maybe that guy just didn't want anybody to come back for post fireworks. But yeah, they closed it not only not at 9:40, but are now saying it won't open till after, or it won't open after the fireworks. All right, so there it was, 3 front row night rides. And normally, even on a regular day, you would be hard pressed to just get one because you have to time it properly with when the sun goes down and you know there's gonna be a line for it. I've never gotten more than 1 on a normal day, but 3 front row night rides. It's crazy because it just got faster and faster from that first row, or from that first time when it was empty, and from that last one. I mean, it's not smooth either. For that retrack, it definitely beats it up in some spots, and even in the front I can notice it, but yeah, I mean, still fantastic. All right, so I have a friend who works at Gravity Group, and he said some of the sections that they did in the Helix, they only did the top sections, or top 2, whatever, and he said, I don't want to misquote him, so I don't want to give a specific amount of years, but he said the reason you can feel that's rough already is because their guarantee is already passed, basically. So I forget what that guarantee amount of years was, but it has passed since they've done it. But of course, the drop that they did the entire structure and everything on, that's fine. Also, I did talk with the person up front. They are going to open back up after fireworks. I don't know why that person in the station was telling them, probably like when they tell people the ride's closed for the rest of the night, even though it could reopen just to get people to not wait in it. Alright, so I am now gonna watch the fireworks show. I actually just met up with a longtime friend. Actually the one who gave me P&G Day tickets a couple years ago. So now we're gonna hang out and we're gonna watch the show. I'll put some shots in it. Look at this, because on a normal day you would not be able to even walk through this. So there's barely anybody over here. See the drones over there already. Some highlights from that nighttime spectacular. Run time was only 6 minutes, but that was exceptional. I mean, Kings Island, I don't want to say it's Disney level, it definitely isn't, but Kings Island is evoking the emotions. The focus of that is that we are the stars that keep Kings Island going. And I love that focus on the history, the fans. You saw the rides signs that the drones did. I don't know why there was no Orion sign. I'm happy with the Beast and Diamondback, but come on now. But that's just a personal gripe, but that show was exceptional. And the fact that P&G paid for that show to still happen, that's the show all year. I mean, I definitely have to make sure I watch our shows more, because if I would have missed that, I would have been very disappointed. That show was amazing. I mean, you saw how many people were sitting down there. Even the mass exodus of the park, it is not that many people. I'm not even worried about traffic leaving. There's where we started. One last shot of this empty parking lot that you would never see, even though the park's closed. There'd still be a line to leave, but empty. Well, that is going to end another P&G day. I mean, I really didn't expect them to get a full show, let alone that be our show for this year. P&G paid for that, and that is so great that they got that. Just an amazing day, another year of P&G day. I'm really hoping, again, I'll be able to do this next year, but got so many great rides. Got to say hello to some of the classics that we don't know how long we've gotten, just some of the rides that normally have long lines, and then 3 front row night rides on the Beast. I mean, just an amazing day, and to not have to worry about crowds during that show and just walking around, exceptional. My name is Will. You guys can call me T. I read every single comment I get. I will see you guys in the next video.
Can you catch me?